Your head pounds. The light streaming in through your blinds has crept across your sleeping form and is now assaulting your face. It's sunny, you think to yourself, realizing it must be pretty late. You crack your eyes open a sliver, and the pain in your head flares across your entire brain. You didn't drink last night, at least not that heavily. Why is your head hurting so much? You instinctively reach for your neck, realizing it's incredibly stiff, the tension radiating out into your shoulders and jaw. The fall, you remember. You must have strained it when you fell, and only now, your neck muscles seizing up must be causing the headache. Fuck, you say to yourself out loud, the word escaping along with your exhale. It all comes flooding back. The muscular physique, the ice blue eyes, the face contorted with anger, the fall, the cracked screen on your phone. His face. Braden's face. You roll over, putting your back to the window to escape the pounding sun. You want to know the time to reach for your phone, but you know what's waiting for you there. That text. That singular, awful text. It's another link to that moment in the Fountainhead bathroom. That simultaneously sexy, bewildering, and terrifying moment when you got to have the hockey god, the golden boy, for one brief moment before it was literally thrown back in your face. You can't avoid it forever. Eventually, you'll need to get out of bed, start your day, and get on with your life. And to do that, you'll need to grab your phone. You'll need to face that burning text message. You groan, sucking in a sharp breath. Your ribs ache. Great, you think. You probably bruised them when you fell last night. When you fell. You didn't fall, you were pushed. The memory of it, the firm shove, the impact against the hard tile floor, sparks a flicker of anger, and you try to hold on to it. But as quickly as it comes, it fades, replaced by a wave of regret and self-doubt. What did you do to unleash the wrath of the boy with the ice blue eyes? Ugh! You reach for your phone, the crack in the screen, a glaring reminder of last night. Fuck, just another thing you're gonna have to replace. You already can barely afford rent as it is. How are you gonna afford a new phone screen? You tap the darkened screen and it comes to life, a flurry of notifications. It's 11:45 a.m. Damn it, it's late. The first text from 10 minutes ago is from Jeremy. Are you coming to brunch? Where are you? Ah, shit. You forgot you'd promised Jeremy, Kyler, and Travis that you'd meet them at 11. Great. Someone else to disappoint instead of just yourself. You unlock your phone, open the message, and tap out a quick reply. So sorry, not feeling good. I just woke up. Rain check? You hit send, the message darting off into the ether to disappoint your good friends. As you're swiping through your messages, you accidentally press Braden's. It pops up. You're cursing yourself because you know he'll see that you've read his message. Just as you're about to dismiss it and deal with it later, you see those traitorous 3 dots inside the bubble, indicating that he's started typing. Fuck. Now he knows you've read it. The 3 dots continue their little dance, and then the whole indicator disappears, only to reappear a moment later. This agonizing process repeats itself several times, typing, then not, but a message never appears. You wait, holding your breath, your heart pounding in your chest. What's he going to say? Is he angry? Hurt? Confused? The anticipation is agonizing. Finally, the text bubble disappears again, and this time it doesn't come back. You sigh, giving up for now, and start going through the rest of your notifications. You open the last message from Jake, sent an hour ago. He's imploring you to call him back, but nothing since. You know you need to call him, let him know you're okay, or at least some semblance of okay. But you don't have the heart to face him right now. What are you so afraid of? Are you ashamed? Who knows? Hey, we'll call you in a bit. Just woke up. You muster up, typing furiously and hitting send before you can second-guess yourself. You take a deep breath, trying to calm the nervous flutter in your stomach. You stretch, your neck aching in protest, and swing your legs over the edge of the bed. A hot shower is definitely in order. The hot water cascades over your body and you close your eyes, breathing in the steam. It envelops you like a warm embrace, easing the tension in your muscles. You let out a soft moan, savoring the feeling of the water sluicing over your skin. After a few moments, you open your eyes and glance down at your body, your gaze lingering on the tender area on your side. You gently probe your ribs, wincing at the soreness. Are you bruising? You can't tell. Your mind wanders. The way he smelled, that faint hint of musk and sweat lingering after the game. The way he firmly grasped your head, his fingers tangling in your hair. The way he tasted. Your face flushes at the memory. Or is it just the heat of the shower? Your lips part as you remember the feeling of his mouth in your mouth, how it tasted, how it made you feel to be at his knees, his forceful demeanor, his slurred words. There was something so intoxicating about it. But then the memory of that sudden shift comes crashing back. The way his entire demeanor changed in an instant. The way he shoved you with such force. The way you hit the floor, the impact jarring your bones. And yet, the taste of him, the smell of him, the strength of him, it all lingers. Like a ghost, a phantom limb, a haunting reminder of what could have been. You feel a stirring in and your eyes snap open. Your own body is betraying you. Your anger isn't enough to keep you from getting at the thought of last night. You want to be angry, furious even, but you can't help but feel turned on. Braden's face, that chiseled jaw, that intoxicating smile, flashes through your mind and you get even. It's obvious that whatever happened between you needs to be dealt with. You need to talk to someone about it, and you can't dodge Jake any longer. You make up your mind, staring with a mixture of frustration and contempt at your treacherous member. As you wait for Jake to arrive, you can't help but wonder if he was stationed nearby, waiting for you to reach out. When you texted him to come over, you didn't expect him to be just minutes away. You hear his heavy footfalls echoing down the corridor from the stairwell. He was never very subtle, built like a tank as he is. The footsteps stop in front of your door and you brace yourself for his knock. But instead, silence. What's he waiting for? You imagine him tugging on the hem of his favorite hoodie, steeling himself for whatever he's about to find. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for whatever emotions are about to spill out. As you open the door, Jake's face comes into focus. His brow is furrowed with worry, his shaggy brown hair tousled in that perfectly imperfect way that always makes everyone's heart skip a beat. His cheeks are flushed, his chest rising and falling with each shallow breath. Did he run here? You've always thought he was a good-looking guy, and today is no exception. But it's the look in his eyes, that plea for reassurance, that really gets you. He's your best friend, and you hate seeing him like this. Jake breaks the silence. Dude, what happened? Are you okay? Are you going to let me in? You can't help but chuckle. Leave it to Jake to get straight to the point. His face is a mix of concern and impatience, his broad shoulders practically filling the doorway as you awkwardly hold it open. You step aside, letting him in. He shrugs off his hoodie, and you can't help but notice the way his shirt rides up, revealing a glimpse of that toned, furry stomach your other friends are always drooling over. He walks right into your bedroom and sits down on the bed, patting the space beside him. An unspoken invitation. You join him, and he wraps a strong arm around your shoulders, pulling you close. The warmth of his body is comforting, and you lean into his touch. So, buddy, tell me, what happened last night? Your shoulders slump in defeat as you sink deeper into his comforting embrace. You take a steadying breath, trying to gather your scattered thoughts. I'm fine, you manage to say, your voice barely above a whisper. Things just got weird last night. Weird? How? And why did Braden want your number? It looked like you two were hitting it off. Why didn't you give him your number? So many questions. You wince, feeling trapped by his rapid-fire interrogation. Without thinking, you snap back. Why did you give Braden my number without asking me first? The words hang in the air. You instantly regret your outburst, but the frustration and confusion are already bubbling over. I'm sorry, bud. He texted me not long after you texted me the first time. Asked if I could get your number, that you'd run off before he could get it from you. Honestly, I wasn't thinking straight. I'd had a few. I'm sorry. You sigh, a wave of guilt washing over you. It's not your fault, you assure him, your voice softening. You didn't know... Didn't know what? He interrupts. The answer sticks in your throat, a bitter pill you can't quite swallow. You don't know what to say. The words are there, swirling in your mind, but they refuse to form on your lips. You take a deep breath, trying to find your voice. You start hesitating. How do you even begin to explain the whirlwind of emotions, the conflicting desires, the shame and confusion that have been swirling inside you since last night? Jake senses your struggle and gently squeezes your shoulder. Hey, he murmurs, his warm breath tickling your ear. It's okay. Take your time. Jake doesn't press you, but you can feel the concern radiating from him. His arm tightens around your shoulders, a silent offering of support. You see him curl his thumb into the fist of his other hand, a nervous habit you know all too well. You feel the almost imperceptible tremor in his leg, a subtle vibration of anxiety. He's worried about you, and it breaks your heart. Dude, what happened last night? I'm really worried about you. I just want to help you, he says, resting his head on yours. His voice is soft, laced with concern. You can feel the love and worry pouring from him. Jake has always been there for you, your best friend, your confidant, the brother you never had. People often ask why you two aren't boyfriends, but the answer is complicated. He's like a big brother and a little brother all rolled into one, depending on the day. And right now, you need him more than ever. Seeing Jake so worried about you breaks something in you. Sobs suddenly rack your body, tears streaming down your face. All the pent-up emotions you've been holding back come pouring out. You cling to Jake, his warmth and strength a lifeline in the storm of your emotions. And you feel a shift in him. His anxiety melts away, replaced by a fierce protectiveness. He pulls you closer, wrapping you in a tight embrace and pulling you down onto the bed, your face buried in his chest. The soft cotton of his t-shirt smells familiar and comforting, like home. Jake holds you tighter, whispering soothing words against your hair. He doesn't ask questions, he doesn't pry. He just lets you cry, his presence a steady anchor in the chaos of your emotions. You stay like that, wrapped in his embrace, until the tears finally subside and your breathing returns to normal. But even then, Jake doesn't let go. He continues to hold you, his silence speaking volumes. His body is a shield, protecting you from the world, offering you solace and comfort. As you finally find your voice, a shaky whisper against his chest, you murmur, "I'm sorry," your voice thick with emotion. "Shh, shh, shh. You have nothing to be sorry for. I'm here for you. Whatever happened, I'm so sorry," he says. The dam breaks and the words finally come tumbling out, a torrent of emotions and half-formed sentences. You tell him about the encounter in the bathroom, the initial thrill of the hookup, the sudden shift in Braden's demeanor, the forceful shove, the humiliating fall. You tell him about the text message, the unanswered questions, the lingering confusion and hurt. You feel him tense slightly as you recount the details of the bathroom incident, but he stays quiet, letting you unburden yourself. Finally, you come to the end of your story, your voice trailing off into the quiet hum of your apartment. The only sound now is the gentle rhythm of your breathing mingling with his. The silence stretches, thick with unspoken emotions. Then Jake's voice breaks through, soft with concern. "Oh, Bud, I'm so sorry. That's so awful." But his tenderness quickly turns to ice. "I'll fucking kick his ass," he hisses, his voice low and dangerous. You recoil, startled by his sudden shift in demeanor. "No," you protest. "Don't do that. It wasn't that bad. He'd been drinking." You try to make excuses, even though, deep down, you know they're flimsy at best. "That's never an excuse for hitting someone like that," Jake says, his voice firm. "I know," you sigh, feeling a wave of conflicting emotions wash over you. "But it's complicated. He seemed so nice. The attention was nice." You're grasping at straws, trying to convince yourself that it wasn't as bad as it felt. "I wanted to be there with him." Jake takes a moment to consider your words. "It does seem really out of character for him," he starts. "He's always been a pretty stand-up guy, if a bit aggressive on the ice. But I don't like it. No one gets to treat you like that. No one. Ever. Not if I have anything to say about it." His voice is firm, resolute. You can feel his anger seeping out of every pore. You lift your head, revealing the damp spot where your tears have soaked through his shirt. "I'm sorry," you murmur, a blush creeping up your neck. Jake smiles sweetly. "Oh, who cares about a t-shirt? You have nothing to apologize for." He gently nudges you onto your back, his arm sliding under your neck to provide a makeshift pillow. You settle into his embrace, a sense of calm washing over you. The steady beat of his heart against your ears a soothing rhythm, lulling you into a state of peaceful exhaustion. "So, what are you going to do?" Jake finally asks. You shrug, a wave of uncertainty washing over you. "I don't know," you admit. "Part of me wants to just delete his text, pretend he doesn't exist, and make sure I never cross paths with him again. But," you hesitate, a flicker of defiance sparking in your eyes. "Another part of me wants to reach out to him," you say. Figure out what happened, whether it was just the alcohol. Jake mulls over your words, his expression a mix of concern and protectiveness. I don't like it. I really don't. But if that's what you need to do, I'll be here for you. Honestly, I will fucking kill him if he does so much as anything else to you. Do you hear me? A weak smile tugs at your lips. Isn't he your teammate, you ask, raising an eyebrow? The golden boy of the team? Yeah, but that doesn't give him a pass to be a shitty person, Jake says, definitively. You're right, you agree, a surge of warmth spreading through your chest. You glance up at him, your gaze meeting his. Can we keep cuddling for a few more minutes, you ask? Jake's demeanor softens. I'd love nothing more, big guy. Come here. I'm in no rush. I'm here for you. You turn back towards him, curling up against his warm body. You rest your head on his chest, your arm draped across his strong torso. He wraps both of his arms around you, pulling you closer. The steady beat of his heart against your ear is a lullaby, and you drift off to sleep, enveloped in his comforting embrace. The afternoon sun streams through the window, casting a warm glow over the two of you, tangled together in peaceful slumber. A couple of hours later, you both wake up. Jake lingers for a few more minutes just to make sure you're okay.